Every morning, I would wake up to that gnawing voice inside my head whispering, "You are not good enough. You will never make it." That voice, it's familiar to all of us, isn't it? It's the voice that keeps you up at night, the one that makes you hesitate when opportunity knocks, the one that convinces you to settle for less than what you deserve. I remember sitting in my small apartment, staring at a business proposal I would spend months crafting, my finger hovering over the send button, while that voice kept saying, "Who do you think you are?" One simple question I asked myself, what if I'm wrong about my limitations? That question became the turning point of my life. You see, most people spend their entire lives believing the stories their doubts tell them. They live in the shadow of what could have been, haunted by the ghost of unrealized potential. The stakes couldn't be higher for you right now. Every second you spend entertaining your doubts is a second stolen from your destiny. Look around this room. Every single person here has a dream big enough to terrify them. That's not a coincidence. That's your potential speaking to you. I discovered something powerful that day in my apartment. Our doubts are not predictions. They are projections. They are simply shadows cast by our fears, and like all shadows, they disappear when you shine a light on them. Your doubts aren't protecting you. They're imprisoning you. Every major breakthrough in human history came from someone who refused to listen to the chorus of doubts, both internal and external. The Wright brothers were told human flight was impossible. Every revolutionary idea, every life-changing invention, every remarkable achievement started with someone who dared to silence their doubts. You are not here by accident. You are here because something inside you knows you're capable of more. That same voice that whispers doubts also whispers dreams, and it's time to choose which one you will listen to. The path to extraordinary achievement isn't about never having doubts. It's about learning to silence them. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't isn't talent, resources, or luck. It's their relationship with doubt. The achievers have learned to use doubt as fuel rather than letting it become their prison. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do today. The good news is that silencing your doubts and dominating your goals isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. It's a skill that can be learned, a muscle that can be developed, and a path that can be followed. The question is, are you ready to take the first step? What most people don't realize about self-doubt is that it's not just some random feeling. It's a deeply ingrained survival mechanism that's been with us since the dawn of humanity. I remember counseling a top executive who had everything going for him: success, respect, achievements. Yet every time he faced a major decision, he'd freeze. His mind would flood with every possible worst-case scenario. This pattern isn't unique. Through decades of working with thousands of individuals, I've noticed that self-doubt follows predictable patterns. It's like a software program running in your mind, designed to keep you safe by keeping you small. Think about the last time you were about to take a significant step forward, maybe starting a business, asking for a promotion, or making a major life change. Did your mind immediately generate a list of all the things that could go wrong? That's your ancient brain doing what it was designed to do: protect you from danger. Our ancestors needed this mechanism to survive in a world where one wrong move could mean death. But here's the critical difference. In their world, the danger was physical and immediate. In our world, the dangers are often imaginary and future-based. The fascinating thing about our brain sphere response is that it can't tell the difference between real physical danger and the psychological threat of failure. When you're about to step out of your comfort zone, your brain releases the same stress hormones that would activate if you were facing a predator in the wild. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind searches for every possible escape route. But understanding this mechanism gives us power over it. Just like I learned to master my own self-doubt, you too can reprogram these ancient circuits. Every time you feel that familiar tightness in your chest, that voice telling you to retreat, remember, this isn't your intuition speaking. It's simply your brain doing what it was programmed to do millions of years ago. The common patterns of negative thinking are like well-worn paths in your mind. I am not ready yet. What if I fail? People will judge me. I don't have what it takes. These thoughts aren't facts. They are habitual neural pathways that have been reinforced over time. Every time you give in to these thoughts, you deepen these pathways. But here's the good news. Every time you challenge these thoughts, you begin creating new pathways. I have seen this transformation countless times. the entrepreneur who finally launches their dream business after years of hesitation, the speaker who steps onto the stage despite trembling hands, the leader who makes the bold decision everyone else was afraid to make. They all face the same self-doubt you are facing right now. The difference, they learn to see their doubts for what they really are, not walls, but merely smoke screens. The price we pay for letting these internal barriers control us is immense. It's not just about the opportunities we miss. The price of inaction, it's far steeper than most people realize. Every morning when I work with successful individuals, I ask them about their biggest regrets. You know what I hear? It's never about the failures. It's always about the chances they didn't take, the moves they didn't make, the dreams they left sitting on the shelf collecting dust. Moment that changed my perspective forever. I watched a brilliant individual, someone with extraordinary potential, turn down a life-changing opportunity because doubt had paralyzed them. 5 years later, they sat across from me, tears in their eyes, describing how they watched someone else build a $1 million empire from that exact same opportunity. That's the real cost of letting doubt win, watching others live the life that could have been yours. But it's not just about the big moments, it's the daily toll of playing it safe. Every time you let doubt win, you are programming your mind to retreat. It becomes a habit, a default response. So you are not just missing opportunities, you are not even seeing them anymore. Your world gradually shrinks, and what's worse, you start convincing yourself that's all you ever wanted anyway. The long-term consequences ripple through every area of your life. Relationships suffer because you are not bringing your full self to them. Career growth stagnates because you are too afraid to raise your hand for that challenging project. Your health declines because you are not pushing yourself to grow stronger. Your financial future dims because you are too scared to make those crucial investments in yourself. These consequences compound over time. Just like compound interest can work for or against your financial future, the compound effect of repeated inaction creates an ever-widening gap between where you are and where you could be. 5 years from now, you will either be celebrating the day you decided to act or wishing you had started today. Every major regret in life comes down to one simple truth. Not that you tried and failed, but you failed to try. The pain of regret lasts far longer than the temporary discomfort of taking action. The universe has a simple rule. If you don't act on opportunity, someone else will. Once you understand how to reframe your mental game, these missed opportunities transform into stepping stones. Success does not live in your comfort zone. I discovered this truth early in my career, and it changed everything. The mind is like a garden. What you plant is what grows. Every morning when I look in the mirror, I don't just see who I am. I see who I am becoming. That's the power of positive self-talk. It's not about denial, it's about direction. Olympic athletes, they ever step onto that field or dive into that pool, they have already won countless times in their minds. They see every move, feel every motion, experience every victory. I have worked with champions across industries, and they all share this one trait. They have mastered the art of mental rehearsal. Your internal dialogue shapes your reality. When that voice inside says, I can't immediately counter it with how can I, this is an empty motivation. It's strategic mental positioning. Every time you catch yourself in negative self-talk, flip the script. Instead of this is too hard, say this is making me stronger. Instead of I'm not ready, say I am learning and growing through this process. Visualization isn't just closing your eyes and dreaming. It's programming your subconscious mind for success. When you visualize, engage all your senses. Feel the texture of success, hear the applause, see the results you want with crystal clarity. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Use this to your advantage. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Rep by rep, challenge by challenge. Think of it like building muscle. Each time you push through discomfort, each time you choose growth over comfort, you are strengthening your mental resilience. I remember working with a client who was terrified of public speaking. We started small, speaking to groups of 3, then 5, then 10, each time pushing just slightly beyond the comfort zone. Today, she commands audiences of thousands. The key to building mental toughness is understanding that discomfort is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every time you feel that resistance, that urge to retreat, recognize it as an opportunity to grow stronger. Champions aren't the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who feel it and move forward anyway. Mental toughness isn't just about pushing harder. It's about pushing smarter. It's about understanding the goal achievement formula that turns dreams into reality. Let me share with you the proven formula that transforms average performers into exceptional achievers. I discovered these principles through years of studying success patterns, and they have never failed when applied consistently. The first principle is crystal clarity. You must know exactly what you want. Not just I want to be successful, but specific, measurable outcomes that excite you when you think about them. The second principle is emotional connection. Your goals must pull you forward with magnetic force. I worked with a client who wanted to build $1 million business, but when we dug deeper, we discovered his real drive was creating a legacy for his children. That emotional connection transformed his entire approach. Third principle, deadline driven. Your goals need a timestamp. Without a deadline, it's just a wish. I learned this lesson early. When you put a date on your dreams, they transform from possibilities into projects. Your mind starts working backwards, creating the roadmap to achievement. Fourth, they break it down into bite-sized pieces. The most overwhelming goals become manageable when divided into daily actions. Want to write a book? Start with 1 page per day. Want to build a business empire? Start with 1 customer, 1 sale, 1 victory at a time. Fifth principle, measure everything. What gets measured gets managed. Track your progress daily. Create scorecards for every significant goal. I remember working with a sales team that doubled their performance simply by tracking daily activities instead of just monthly results. Sixth, accountability structure. Share your goals with someone who believes in you but won't let you off the hook. When you declare your intentions publicly, you create a psychological contract with yourself and others. The seventh principle, constant adjustment. Your plan isn't set in stone. It's a living document. Review and revise based on feedback and results. The most successful people I've worked with are masters at course correcting while keeping their eyes on the ultimate prize. Now here's where most people go wrong. They treat these principles as optional. They are not. They are like the combination to a vault. Missing one number means the vault stays locked no matter how close you were with the other numbers. Creating actionable plans means breaking down each goal into specific, measurable tasks. Don't just say, I will increase sales. Specify, I will make 10 high-quality prospect calls before noon every day. The power lies in the precision. Progress measurement isn't just about tracking numbers, it's about tracking the right numbers. Focus on leading indicators, not just lagging ones. If your goal is weight loss, don't just measure pounds, measure daily water intake, workout consistency, meal prep completion. These daily victories build the foundation for massive success. But here's what separates the extraordinary achievers from the rest. Unwavering focus on what truly matters. Focus. It's the invisible bridge between mediocrity and mastery. When I mastered my ability to focus, my productivity tripled, and yours can too. The modern world is designed to steal your attention. Your phone buzzes, emails flood in, social media beckons. But here's the truth. Every time you switch tasks, you are not just losing time. You are fragmenting your potential. Start with a clean slate. Remove every distraction from your workspace. I'm talking about ruthless elimination. Turn off notifications. Create sacred hours where nothing and no one can interrupt your peak performance time. One of my most successful clients increased his income by 40 simply by working focused 90-minute blocks, completely undisturbed. Daily success habits aren't just routines, they are rituals that program your mind for achievement. Start your day early. The quiet hours before dawn are worth double in productivity. Guard your morning routine fiercely. Exercise, read, plan. These aren't optional activities. They are the foundation of your success. Time management isn't about managing time. It's about managing yourself. Every Sunday night, plan your week like a general planning a campaign. Every evening, list your 6 most important tasks for tomorrow. When you wake up, attack the hardest task first. When your mind is fresh and your willpower is strongest, learn to say no. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something vital. I have seen countless promising careers stall because people couldn't master this simple word, no. Your time is your most precious asset. Guard it like the treasure it is. But here's the real secret to unwavering focus. It's not just about blocking out distractions, it's about developing the champion's mindset that makes focus automatic. In my years of studying success, one truth stands clear. Champions are made, not born. The mindset of a champion isn't a gift. It's a deliberate choice made every single day. What separates the extraordinary from the ordinary isn't talent. It's their relationship with challenge and adversity. High achievers share a fascinating trait. They are addicted to progress, not perfection. When others see failure, they see feedback. When others see problems, they see opportunities. I remember working with a CEO who lost everything in the market crash. Instead of breaking down, he saw it as a chance to rebuild smarter. Within 18 months, his new venture surpassed his previous success. Resilience isn't about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. Every setback carries the seed of an equal or greater comeback. The key is maintaining your vision while adjusting your approach. When you face obstacles, don't ask why me. Ask what's next. This simple shift in questioning can transform your entire experience of challenges. The real power lies in momentum. Success breeds success. Each small win creates energy for the next victory. Start small, but start immediately. Build daily victories. Celebrate progress. Create success rituals that become unshakable habits. One of my clients doubled his sales by simply committing to making his first call within 30 minutes of starting his day, every single day. Momentum not about intensity, it's about consistency. The champion's mindset isn't built in a day. It's forged through daily choices. Every time you choose growth over comfort, progress over perfection, resilience over retreat, you are strengthening your champion's mindset. The mindset of a champion requires constant feeding. You must nurture it daily through action, through challenge, through deliberate growth. The moment you stop feeding it, it begins to fade. That's why the next steps you take are crucial. Right now, at this very moment, you stand at a crossroads. Everything I have shared with you today about silencing doubts, mastering your mind, building unstoppable momentum, none of it matters without action. What matters is what you do next, in the minutes after this speech ends. Take out your phone right now, open your calendar, block out the next hour of your day for one specific doubt-crushing action. Maybe it's making that call you have been avoiding. Maybe it's starting that business plan. Maybe it's having that crucial conversation. Whatever your next big move is, schedule it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Your action steps are clear. First, identify your biggest doubt trigger, that one thing that consistently holds you back. Second, create your morning power routine, those first 30 minutes that set up your entire day for success. Third, commit to one bold action each day that pushes you beyond your comfort zone. Remember this, years from now, you will look back on this moment. You will either remember it as the day everything changed, the day you decided to silence your doubts and dominate your goals, or it'll be just another forgotten moment when you chose comfort over growth. The path to extraordinary achievement isn't a mystery anymore. You have the formula, you have the mindset, you have the tools. The only question left is, what are you going to do with them?